OutDaughtered. Danielle and Adam Busby share update on daughter's medical diagnosis, direct natural script. The Busby family has always been known for their big hearts, their loud and lovable household, and of course, the chaos that comes with raising 6 daughters. Fans of TLC's OutDaughtered have followed Danielle and Adam Busby for years, watching their family grow and change in front of millions. From the moment the world met the Busby quintuplets, viewers were hooked not only because it was rare and fascinating to see 5 baby girls at once, but because Danielle and Adam's parenting journey felt real, relatable, and sometimes emotional in ways that hit home for many families. But lately, the Busbys have been dealing with something far more serious than everyday parenting struggles. This time, it wasn't about a funny family moment, a birthday party gone wild, or a vacation that turned into a hilarious disaster. Instead, it was about a medical diagnosis involving one of their daughters, a situation that quickly sparked concern among fans and left many people wondering, what exactly is happening with the Busby family and how is their daughter doing now? Danielle and Adam Busby have always tried to be open with their followers, especially about major life updates. However, they've also made it clear that when it comes to their children's health and well-being, they want to handle things carefully. They share a lot of their lives, but they still draw boundaries where they feel it's necessary. And when news broke that their daughter had received a medical diagnosis, the entire OutDaughtered fanbase immediately started paying attention. People who have watched these girls grow up from tiny babies into confident, energetic young kids suddenly felt worried. Because even though reality TV can sometimes feel distant, the Busbys have always made viewers feel like part of their family. Now, Danielle and Adam have shared an update, and it has created a wave of reaction, some relieved, some emotional, and some even inspired. Let's talk about everything they shared, what it means, and why this update is such a big moment not only for the Busbys, but for many families who may be dealing with similar medical challenges. For Danielle and Adam, being parents has never been easy. In fact, their entire parenting journey has been one of the most intense and unique experiences imaginable. Raising one child is already a huge responsibility, but raising 6 girls, 5 of them the same age, is a full-time job that never ends. And over the years, fans have seen Danielle and Adam face a lot of pressure. There's the financial stress, the emotional stress, and the physical exhaustion that comes with keeping up with 6 children. But beyond that, there's also the pressure of living in the public eye. Every decision they make is watched, judged, and discussed online. Still, despite all of that, the Busbys have remained one of the most loved families in reality TV. And that's largely because they've always tried to stay authentic. They don't pretend everything is perfect. They show the good moments, the funny moments, and also the difficult moments. So, when they started hinting that something serious was happening medically with one of their daughters, fans could tell this wasn't just another small family issue. The tone was different. The concern was real. And the way Danielle and Adam spoke about it made it clear this was something that had been weighing heavily on them. In recent years, viewers have noticed that the Busby girls have been growing up quickly. Blake, the oldest, has become more mature and responsible. She often helps out with her younger sisters, and it's obvious she's taken on a big sister role in a very loving way. The quintuplets Hazel, Ava, Olivia, Parker, and Riley have all developed their own personalities. Hazel is known for her sweet nature and her iconic red hair. Riley is often seen as the outspoken and fearless one. Ava and Olivia, who are identical twins, are full of energy and humor. Parker is known for her gentle personality and emotional sensitivity. Fans have watched these girls go from toddlers who could barely talk into kids with opinions, hobbies, and their own unique attitudes. And because the audience has seen them grow up, it's natural that people feel emotionally connected. So when the news came out that one of the girls had been diagnosed with a medical issue, it didn't feel like celebrity gossip. It felt personal. People genuinely cared. Danielle and Adam have shared before that parenting the quintuplets comes with extra medical concerns. Premature birth, developmental challenges, vision issues, and the normal risks that come with multiples are always part of the story. And if you've been watching the show from the beginning, you already know that the Busbys have faced medical situations before. One of the most well-known medical storylines was Hazel's eye condition. Fans remember the emotional journey of discovering Hazel's eye issues, seeking medical advice, and eventually undergoing procedures. It was a tough time for the family, and it was also a moment where viewers saw just how deeply Danielle and Adam care for their daughters. They weren't just reality TV stars. They were parents trying to make the best decisions for their child's future. So, naturally, when another medical diagnosis came up, many people immediately wondered, is this another serious condition? Is it life-threatening? Is it something that will require surgery? Or is it something manageable? Danielle and Adam knew fans would be concerned, and that's why they decided to speak out and provide an update. According to what they shared, the medical diagnosis was something they didn't take lightly. They explained that it involved their daughter's health and required medical attention, appointments, and ongoing evaluation. Even though they didn't want to cause panic, they also didn't want to hide the truth. They understood that fans would notice changes, and they also wanted to be transparent. In many ways, this is what makes the Busbys stand out from other reality TV families. They share the struggles, not just the highlights. They share the tears, not just the laughter. But this time, the situation seemed particularly emotional because it involved not only medical tests, but also the fear that every parent feels when they hear a doctor say something is wrong with their child. For any parent, there is nothing more terrifying than not knowing what's happening with your child's health. And when Danielle and Adam shared their update, it became clear that this diagnosis was not just a small concern. It was something that affected their daily life, their emotions, and their family routine. Danielle especially has been open about how stressful these moments can be. Over the years, she has shared her struggles with anxiety, health issues of her own, and the overwhelming responsibility of managing a household that never slows down. She has admitted that being a mom of 6 is mentally exhausting, and when you add medical worries on top of that, it becomes even heavier. Adam, on the other hand, has always been seen as the calm and supportive partner. He often tries to balance Danielle's emotional stress with practical solutions. But fans also know that Adam has had his own struggles. He has spoken about depression in the past, and he has been honest about the mental health challenges that come with being a public figure and a father of 6. So when something like this happens, it affects both of them deeply. The update they shared wasn't just a medical report, it was also a reflection of how their family has been emotionally coping. Danielle and Adam explained that their daughter's diagnosis required close monitoring. They talked about how they've been working with doctors and specialists to understand the situation better. They also expressed gratitude that they were able to get answers and that they weren't left completely in the dark. Because sometimes, the hardest part is not even the diagnosis itself, it's the waiting period before you know what's going on. That waiting period can destroy a parent emotionally. Every day feels like a battle between hope and fear. Every small symptom becomes something you overthink. Every moment of silence feels like something bad could be coming. Danielle and Adam described how they've been trying to stay strong for their daughter while also managing the reality that they are scared. And this is what made their update so powerful. They didn't try to sound perfect. They didn't pretend they were fearless. Instead, they admitted they were worried, but they also wanted to stay hopeful. They also shared that their daughter has been incredibly brave through all of this. And fans weren't surprised. Because if there's one thing viewers have learned about the Busby girls, it's that they are tough. These girls have grown up with cameras, constant activity, and endless schedules. They have dealt with school, sports, traveling, and the pressure of being recognized in public. They've also dealt with medical appointments and challenges from a young age. So it's no surprise that their daughter has been handling this situation with strength. But even strong kids have moments of fear. Even brave children can feel nervous before doctor visits. And Danielle and Adam shared that they've been doing everything they can to keep her comfortable and calm. They talked about how they try to explain things in a way their daughter can understand. They try not to overwhelm her with scary information, but they also want her to feel safe and aware. Parenting during a medical crisis is a delicate balance. You want to be honest, but you don't want to scare your child. You want to prepare them, but you also want to protect their innocence. And Danielle and Adam seem to be navigating that balance with care. Another important part of their update was how they've been leaning on faith, family, and their support system. Danielle and Adam have always spoken about the importance of family. They have close relationships with their relatives, and they've often shown that they rely on their loved ones during difficult times. They also mentioned how grateful they are for the support of their fans. Over the years, the Busbys have built a massive online community. And even though being famous can come with negativity, they have also received an overwhelming amount of love. When the diagnosis news first surfaced, fans flooded their comments with prayers, encouraging messages, and supportive words. Many people shared their own stories of dealing with similar medical issues, which helped Danielle and Adam feel less alone. That's one of the most powerful things about sharing personal struggles publicly. It can create a connection that goes beyond entertainment. It can create a community of people who understand each other's pain. Danielle and Adam also made it clear that while they appreciate the concern, they are also trying to protect their daughter's privacy. They want to share updates, but they don't want their child to feel like her medical condition is public property. And honestly, that's a very responsible approach. Because even though reality TV has made their family famous, their daughters are still children. They deserve a childhood where they can grow up without feeling like every private moment is being watched and discussed. So the Busbys have been careful about how much detail they share. Still, what they did reveal was enough to show that this diagnosis is something that will require attention moving forward. They explain that their daughter's condition is something they're learning about step by step. They're gathering information, exploring treatment options, and trying to understand what the future might look like. They admitted that it's not easy because sometimes doctors can't give you immediate answers. Sometimes a diagnosis comes with uncertainty, and uncertainty can be terrifying. But at the same time, they also shared that they are hopeful. They said that there has been progress and that they feel encouraged by what they've learned so far. This was a huge relief to fans because the biggest fear was that the diagnosis might be extremely serious or life-threatening. While the Busbys didn't necessarily say everything is completely fine, they did express that they feel more confident now than they did at the beginning. They also mentioned that their daughter is continuing to live her life. She's still going to school, still playing with her sisters, still laughing, and still being the same sweet kid she has always been. And that's an important reminder for everyone watching. Children are incredibly resilient. Even when they're dealing with health issues, they often continue to smile and enjoy life in ways adults struggle to do. The Busby household remains busy, loud, and full of life. And even with this medical challenge, they are trying to keep the family routine as normal as possible. Of course, it's not easy. Medical appointments can disrupt everything. Danielle and Adam have 6 children, and that means coordinating schedules is already hard. Add doctor visits and specialist appointments, and it becomes even more complicated. But the Busbys have always been known for their teamwork. Danielle and Adam work together, and they also rely on Blake's maturity and the support of extended family. This is one of the reasons they've been able to survive so many challenges over the years. Another key part of this update was Danielle's emotional reaction. Fans have noticed that Danielle has been under a lot of stress recently. She has talked about her own health struggles, including issues that have required medical attention. She has also spoken about feeling overwhelmed by parenting, work, and the pressure of being constantly on for the cameras and social media. So, when her daughter's diagnosis happened, it added another layer of anxiety. Danielle has always been a very emotional and expressive person. She wears her heart on her sleeve. When she's happy, you can see it. When she's stressed, you can see it. And when she's scared, you can feel it through her words. In the update, Danielle expressed how difficult it has been to stay calm. She admitted that as a mother, it's hard not to imagine the worst-case scenario. She said that sometimes she lies awake thinking about what could happen and how she can protect her daughter. This honesty resonated with many fans because most parents can relate. When your child is sick, you don't just worry about today, you worry about the future. You worry about their happiness. You worry about whether they will be able to live a normal life. You worry about how much pain they might experience. And you worry about whether you're doing enough as a parent. Danielle's words made it clear that she has been carrying that weight. Adam also shared his perspective. He talked about how he tries to stay positive for Danielle and for the girls. He said he wants to be the strong one, but he admitted that he also has moments where he feels scared. He said that seeing your child go through something medical is heartbreaking because you wish you could take the pain away. But as a parent, you can't. You can only support them. You can only love them. You can only fight for them. And Adam's message was powerful because it showed that even the strong dad has emotions. Even the person who seems calm on the outside is dealing with fear inside. Fans appreciated this honesty because it made the update feel real. It wasn't a dramatic reality TV moment. It was a real family dealing with a real situation. Now, one of the most talked about aspects of this update is which daughter the diagnosis involves. Many fans have been speculating, trying to guess based on previous episodes, social media posts, and small clues. Some believe it might involve Hazel, since she has had medical concerns in the past. Others wonder if it could be one of the other Quints, because as they grow older, different health issues can appear. But Danielle and Adam have not made it into a guessing game. They have made it clear that they want people to focus on support rather than speculation. And that's honestly the best approach. Because at the end of the day, the most important thing is that their daughter is receiving care, and the family is staying united. The Busbys have always said that family comes first. And this situation is proving that once again. The update also highlighted how much their daughters support each other. The quintuplets have always been close, and as they grow older, their bond becomes even stronger. Danielle and Adam shared that the sisters have been comforting each other, checking in on their sibling, and showing love in small ways. Sometimes they'll hug her. Sometimes they'll ask if she's okay. Sometimes they'll just sit with her quietly. And those little moments matter. Because when you're dealing with a medical issue, emotional support is just as important as medical treatment. It's clear that the Busby girls have been raised in a home full of love. And that love is helping them get through this challenge. Another thing Danielle and Adam talked about was how this diagnosis has changed their perspective. They said that when you go through something like this, it makes you realize how precious life is. It makes you appreciate the small moments. It makes you stop complaining about little things because suddenly those little things don't matter anymore. They admitted that they used to stress about things like messy rooms, tantrums, or busy schedules. But now, their focus has shifted. Now they're grateful for every laugh, every smile, and every normal day. And this is something many parents can relate to. Sometimes it takes a scary moment to remind you what truly matters. Danielle said that she has been trying to spend more quality time with her daughters, not just rushing through the day. She said she wants to create more memories, because you never know what tomorrow will bring. Adam also said that he has been trying to slow down, be present, and focus on being the best father he can be. And this update has made fans emotional because it reminds everyone that behind the reality TV fame, the Busbys are just a normal family. Yes, they have a big house. Yes, they have millions of followers. Yes, they are famous. But at the end of the day, they still experience the same fears and struggles as any other parent. A medical diagnosis doesn't care if you're rich or famous. It doesn't care if you have a TV show. It doesn't care how many fans are cheering for you. It can hit anyone at any time. And that's why Danielle and Adam's update feels so relatable. Now, fans are also wondering what this means for the future of OutDaughtered. Will this medical issue become part of the show? Will TLC cover it in upcoming episodes? Or will the Busbys choose to keep it private? Danielle and Adam haven't confirmed exactly how it will be handled on the show, but based on their history, it's possible they will share some of it. However, they may also decide to protect their daughter's privacy. The Busbys have always been careful about balancing the show with their family life. They have shared emotional moments before, but they also know that some things are too personal. And a child's medical diagnosis is definitely one of those sensitive topics. So if they do share it, they will likely do it in a respectful way. Another thing fans have noticed is how supportive the OutDaughtered community has been. In a world where social media can be toxic, it's refreshing to see thousands of people coming together to show love. People have commented messages like, "Praying for your daughter, stay strong, you are amazing parents, and your family is an inspiration." And even though comments can't fix the problem, they can provide comfort. Danielle and Adam have said many times that they appreciate prayers. They appreciate kindness. They appreciate people who genuinely care. And this update has reminded everyone how powerful community support can be. Now, one major takeaway from this whole situation is that Danielle and Adam are learning to take life one step at a time. They aren't rushing to conclusions. They aren't panicking publicly. They're gathering information and doing what responsible parents do. They are taking their daughter to the right doctors. They are following medical advice. They are making sure she feels safe and loved. And they are also making sure the other daughters feel supported too. Because when one child is sick, it affects the entire family. The other children may feel scared, confused, or even neglected. They may not fully understand what's happening, but they can feel the tension. Danielle and Adam have been working hard to make sure all of their daughters feel loved and cared for, even during this stressful time. They have been trying to keep routines stable, continue family activities, and maintain the joyful environment their daughters are used to. And this is not easy. It takes patience. It takes strength. It takes teamwork. But the Busbys have always been fighters. Another important point is that Danielle and Adam have used their platform to raise awareness. Even if they don't share every detail, just talking about a diagnosis reminds other parents to pay attention to their children's health. Sometimes parents ignore small symptoms because they assume it's nothing. Sometimes they delay doctor visits because life is busy. But Danielle and Adam's story is a reminder that early attention can matter. If something seems off, it's better to check. And if your child receives a diagnosis, you're not alone. Many families are facing similar situations, and there is support available. The Busbys update has also inspired many fans to share their own experiences. People have talked about their children's medical conditions, their fears, and how they overcame difficult moments. This creates a sense of unity. And while the Busbys may not have intended to become a symbol of hope, their openness has made them exactly that. Now, as the update continues to spread, fans are keeping a close eye on the Busbys' social media. They're looking for signs of improvement, new information, and positive news. And the Busbys have promised they will continue to share updates when they can. They also asked fans to continue praying and supporting their family. They expressed gratitude for everyone who has shown love. And in the middle of all this, the most heartwarming part is that their daughter is still smiling. Despite the diagnosis, she is still being a kid. She is still enjoying time with her sisters. She is still living her life. And that is the best possible sign. Danielle and Adam made it clear that they are hopeful for the future. They believe their daughter will be okay. They believe they will get through this,